Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be diving in to narcissistic body language and how to read narcissistic body language. What does that look like? How can you spot that liar? How can you spot the red flag and run like the other direction by seeing a narcissist just by their body language, which is so powerful because body language is actually, they say, up to 70 to 93% of all communication that we read or speak is non-verbal. And they estimate that 15% of the population is actually narcissistic or has a personality disorder that lacks empathy now, or another 10% of the population, that maybe there's some overlap there, is actually high conflict. So, we are probably all feeling like we're drowning in people who are difficult or high conflict at this point. So you probably are feeling powerless. You're probably feeling paranoid. You're probably feeling confused. Maybe you're even feeling hopeless, like you can never win. So if you're trying to communicate with people like this, maybe it's a toxic personality and you want to grab every possible edge that you can, learning how to read body language is so powerful. And being aware of the nonverbal cues in narcissists and working them to your own advantage is so critical. Why not have every possible edge that you can, right? The nonverbal is this part that people don't often talk about. And I, as an attorney, have always been looking for whatever edge I can get, whether it's been in trials that I was doing or now with my high conflict negotiation certification program that I have. I'm looking for whatever competitive edge that I can get that I can spot that other people won't necessarily spot. What kind of cues can I look for? What kind of nonverbal cues can I look for? And body language is such a powerful place that we can go that other people aren't necessarily looking for. So what is body language necessarily? It's a tone of your voice. It's the physical space that you're taking up. And narcissists are going to pick up on these things and look at these things, right? So the very first thing that you can look at with a narcissist is how they mirror. They're going to mirror you because they understand that, especially with a grandiose narcissist. They've been reading people from the beginning, when the time that they were children. And so they know how to pick up on your body language. They thrive on attention, they thrive on validation. So they often resort to grandiose movements and exaggerated expressions, especially these grandiose narcissists. They love to command that spotlight. It's their way of asserting dominance and reinforcing their inflated need to have that attention, their feeling of self-worth from external sources. So a lot of times, especially for a grandiose narcissist, you'll see big, huge, grand gestures, big, huge movements. Especially for a grandiose narcissist, you see big movements for them. For other types of narcissists, what you will see is a lack of eye contact. They have a lack of empathy. It's difficult for them to make eye contact. It's difficult for them to see you. It's fleeting. It's definitely very fleeting for them. And they view empathy as weakness a lot of times. So they rarely exhibit that authentic compassion toward others. And in fact, they try to feign interest. They look to see what the cues are from other people because they know that they're supposed to do this. And so they look to see what's the minimum amount that I'm going to have to do. And just to show that I'm doing something and feign it to the level that they think that they have to or whatever, just enough to see what the situation calls for. That lack of eye contact is what you're going to want to be looking for, that fleeting amount of eye contact. So just observe that eye contact, or the lack thereof, right? And observe how much vulnerability you see in their eyes. A lot of times you see these black eyes. You hear about narcissists having black eyes, dark eyes, gray eyes, because they struggle to have that vulnerability or that eye contact with people. So they resort to brief, superficial contact with the other person, evasive eye contact. The next one you're going to see a lot of times with narcissists is what I call incongruent body language. A lot of times you'll see them maybe nodding their head or shaking their head when their mouths are saying something else. So they might be saying something like, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Their head is saying no while they're saying yes. And so they're saying, yes to an agreement, but their head is saying no. So you're seeing incongruent language to something, or incongruent body language to what's coming out of their mouth. And another way of showing something is their bodies might be facing a door while they are looking at you. So they're kind of like demonstrating that they're kind of out the door while they're looking at you. So they're not really paying attention to what you are saying, not really paying attention to what you're saying while you're having a conversation with them, not being fully engaged in a conversation with you. That's another way of knowing that you are dealing with somebody that's not present or doesn't have empathy with you. Those are just a few ways that you can tell that you are dealing with a narcissist, somebody who is definitely not engaged with you. You can tell by their body language as far as lying, how much they're touching their face, how high they are on touching their face, a lot of face touching. Now, sometimes people are just touching their face because maybe they have an itch on their face or something like that. A lot of times you have to kind of decode what's going on in the situation as well. You have to look at a lot of different things. Like I say, sometimes, maybe people really are just uncomfortable, in their chair, and maybe that's why they're sitting the way that they are, or maybe they're touching their face because they actually have an itch on their face. So you kind of have to look at the entire situation. It's not just, oh, well, that person happens to be a liar. But you have to kind of weigh all of it together. Maybe they twitching their eye because they happen to have something in their eye, right? Understanding subtle cues can be so important. I urge you to look into all of this. There's so much that you can look into as far as how to decode body language, how to disarm narcissists. And I really urge you to arm yourself with as much knowledge and awareness as you possibly can. I have a whole course on this, honestly, and really understanding these subtle cues and manipulative tactics can really help you reclaim your power and help you navigate high conflict situations with clarity, with confidence. And remember that all of this will help you along the way. Each time you have a little bit more power, a little bit more power, a little bit more power, it helps you get that edge over that high conflict personality, over that narcissist, over that toxic person, and you gain that one more pearl. I do encourage you to get my free 15 phrases for disarming narcissists at disarmthenarc.com for sure. Join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. If this was helpful, give me a yes down in the comments below. Tell me which ones you're going to start with as far as checking them out, to start seeing which ones you're going to start looking for in the narcissists in your life. And I would love to know which ones you've seen before in the narcissists in your life as well. And make sure that you like this video and you share it out so that other people can get access to this information. And make sure that you have subscribed here and hit that notification bell as well, so that you get right up to date on all the latest and greatest as far as the new resources here. I'm Rebecca Zung, and the next video that I want you to watch is Narcissist versus Healthy Relationships, Spotting the Differences. This is another way of getting that edge. So today we talked about body language. The next time we're going to talk about spotting the differences between narcissistic and healthy relationships. I can't wait to help you dive into seeing the red flags there. But until then, remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a high conflict resolution attorney, best-selling author of Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And I'm here to help you win every single negotiation, as well as negotiating your best life, right? I will see you in that next video. Shopify helps millions sell billions around the world through their digital courses, through their digital products, at the touch of a button, on their smartphones, on social media, however they want, including me at shop.rebeccazung.com. You can access your store from all over the world, just the touch of a button from your smartphones. Start accepting payments. Everything you need to sell online, manage orders, and develop relationships in one place and look fabulous doing it. Shopify is the commerce platform that is revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide, including my own, at shop.rebeccazung.com. So right now, what you need to do is sign up for a $1 a month trial period at shopify.com/bestlife, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/bestlife to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/bestlife. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're feeling totally drained right now because energy vampires have got you down, sucked the life out of you, I get it. I've been so where you are. And I can tell you that therapy has been one of the best gifts I've ever given myself during the worst times of my life. It has taught me how to love myself again so that I can set the boundaries I need to so that I can feel like myself again. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, I encourage you to give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, it's convenient, it's flexible, you can suit it to your own schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire and you get matched with a therapist. And if you want to switch therapists at any time, you can. So find your sweet spot with BetterHelp. You just visit BetterHelp.com/negotiate today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/negotiate.